Hello, YouTube. Guess what I got at school yesterday? Two of these phones. Yep. One of them is cracked because I accidentally dropped it on the ground. This one. The bigger one out of the two. But I did not know if these work or not. Because I need to connect. It's complicated to get them connected. But they are... I cannot pronounce the company's name, but these are old. They're probably using the they've never been used in the last decade. These are nice phones. They're pretty cool. There's a hold button on this one. This one's the small version of this one. They're both the same brand. Different model numbers, I can tell you that. I don't know what the model number is. Explain what that is. That's for privacy purposes. I can't show you that part. Just kidding, I can. That's probably with the old intercom system. This is how you connect your phone. Phone number is 2192. Oh, this is the real model number. Oh, that's the model number. 1903. I think it's 090-1903. I think that's the wrong number. This one, I haven't really just pain in the butt vein, so I'm not going to do it. But it's a different model, I'll tell you that. But these are pretty cool phones. But this one is so old that I broke a little. We tried to fix this one with some masking tape. It actually looks kind of good on it, to be honest. Like a typical school phone that you would find in the dumpster or somewhere. But these are not in the dumpster, these are in a storage room. We were looking for batteries. We were looking for batteries for something for one of my teachers, and I saw these phones. I asked my principal for permission. He said, just take them. Yeah, literally, that's his words. He didn't want them. He really sounded confident about it. Like, you couldn't believe how serious he sounded about these phones. He said, just take them. I don't want them. I don't care about them. He said, and my other principal said, you can have them. He just said you can just have them. The main principal. The other principal was the assistant principal. One of the assistant principals that said it. He's a nice guy, don't worry. I'll give him a shout out. Shout out to Mr. Garing for these phones, and Mr. Spilker, my principal. Mr. Spilker's the main principal, Mr. Garing's the other principal. There's 4 principals in total I have. I have another principal named Mr. Hager. He's pretty nice. Shout out to him. And then shout out to my favorite principal out of all of them. It could be Mr. Spilker too. Mr. Spilker's a good principal, but this principal is one of my favorites. Miss Prisha. She's so nice. She's my freshman principal there. Shout out to her also. Shout out to all the staff at Preparing South High School. The Titans. Go Titans. But anyways, these phones are old. I did not thrift for them. Don't worry. That's why I want the phones is because I kind of want one in my room, to be honest. But it's a little more complicated than that. We might need Cox involved in this mess. Cox, yeah, a cable company. I'm gonna use this hold button. I definitely want to hook this up. I did have to take this apart because a plastic piece fell in. Show what plastic piece. That little plastic piece fell in. Now there's a piece of paper that fell in, but I don't care about that little piece of paper. It's just tiny and minor. But the plastic piece was annoying. It cut a hole in it actually. But before we got out, I'd use like little science grade tweezers. Don't do that. Don't do what I did. Don't worry, I had permission with my science teacher to do that. Shout out to Mr. Kame. He's super nice guy. But just don't get mad, okay, guys? If you ever have him in my class. I know some of you guys subscribe to my channel that are from my school. Just don't piss him off. Sorry for my language, but yeah. Just don't piss him off. I know I said piss. I know I said that word, but that's not a way to say mad. But really, guys, I'm gonna do a little review on these phones. These are pretty basic phones. I guess, yeah, I don't really know about these phones too much, but I guess what you can do is, guessing this P means phone, and then this means transmitter, this T. P and T means transmitter, P means phone. Just by the Reno volume. Definitely a hold button. You can remove the brand logo, watch. And they both can be replaceable. It's pretty funny, there's nothing behind them. What's the point? I don't know how to pronounce the brand's name, but they're pretty cool. They're old school. I never had a phone, but it's better if I had them at a thrift store. I'll tell you that. Because I did want a phone from a thrift store. Many times I was trying to find a used phone, but these will work. There's other phones too there, like that were installed, but I don't know if they were active or not. Looks still active because they had screens on them, some other ones. Especially I'm gonna call 911. Just kidding, this fan's not even hooked up to anything, so I'm not gonna do anything stupid. 911, what's your emergency? Yes. I have a report of a kid that said piss in my video. Yeah. Don't worry, that was inappropriate, I know. But I'm just being funny. That's how that phone works. You just dial the numbers right here. It's old school. You can tell these are old. So it's a lot more yellowed than the other one. You can't really tell on camera. It's more gray. This one's more yellowed and cracked because I accidentally dropped it on the ground. And I don't know if this one actually works the phone part. But if it doesn't, I can replace it with this phone. If it even works like that. It has the same connector. But you can tell there's a difference with how they do things. There's a lot more difference on this phone compared to that phone. I can show you that number, don't worry. Do not type this number in. I don't know what 1503 means. It could be a room number out of school, or it could be actually the intercom system back in the day. I think it's the intercom system back in the day. So probably not gonna work. These phones have been decommissioned for probably like a decade or 2 decades. Actually, if it was 2 decades, our school would probably never been used. These phones have been decommissioned at least for a decade, I would say. At least for a decade. 10 years of being decommissioned, and then they added some new phones later on in a new system. But these are very nice phones. I like them a lot. They're kind of cool. They're kind of cool, actually, to be honest. But I wish this part was a little longer. But Cox, you might not allow these phones. I don't know. But it's great for, like, fidgeting. That light, I don't know what it does. These lights do probably. If somebody's calling you, it'll flash at you. Yes, you flash and flash. These are pretty cool phones. These are... I don't know how to pronounce the brand's name. Is it... This is a better look of them. Yeah, this one has a better one. This one has a better one. See? Cole. What? Cotel. Let's say these are Cotelcos. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, which I butchered the name. Cotelcos. And these are pretty cheap phones, I'd say, dude, because seriously. But again, it's also been in storage for like a decade, maybe. Yes, I did unscrew it with to the same tweezers to get the paint out. Don't do that with science grade tweezers. Don't worry, my science teacher was cool with it. He actually suggested to get it out with that tool, which, thank you, but don't really recommend doing that. But he broke a rule, technically, of laws of using science tools as tweezers. But don't worry, they were not contaminated with anything other than World War C, so it could have been contaminated with something, but didn't break the phone, I hope. But I have a backup. This one's even cooler with that little label. Let's dial a fake phone number. 402, that's our area code. Oh, there's another area code that we have too, but I'm not gonna say it. 77667. Get the joke? Get the joke right there? Right there, 402-777-6767. That might actually be a real phone number, but who's that phone number? That's just a joke. I know that's a phone number in Nebraska, probably. I think there was actually somebody that actually a radio station mentioned that. Let's do this one. 067 067 0067 676767. Basically, that's the number. Oh, this one. 67 0 6706767. That's actually could be a real number too. Oh, this one. 67 to 67. Oh, this one. 69. That's actually a real funny number back in the day. 69 back in the day. Pound. Pound. This is the pound symbol, not a hashtag. This is the pound. 67. Get the joke? Hashtag 67. Asterisk. Asterisk. 67. Oh, stove. 67. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 0. Yeah, skip the 6 and the 7 because here's why I don't want to make a joke. I'm not joking around with these phones and making this video longer. I just don't know what to do with these, so let's just play with them, like just play with the buttons. Please hold. I was happy to tell you. 6, 7. Okay, I'll stop saying that, guys. It's annoying. I know I'm being annoying with the 6, 7 joke. I'm sorry if I'm annoying people. It's a 6, 7 joke. I'm just in a good mood. I'll show you something funny. I'm gonna have to cover up the phone to do this, but 4, 3, 1, 1. While doing that, I cover up my phone because 4311 is something inappropriate. I cannot tell you the word, but I had accidentally said it before in some of my videos, so just find a video where I accidentally said it. So yeah. The 43110 spells hello. Hello. But if you like hello, like that's how it spells. 811. That is a real number, by the way. That is a real number. 811. Hmm. 988. That's a serious number. That's a true big number, big time. If somebody's like in a crisis, dial this number, 988. It's a good number, by the way. If there's an emergency, call this number, 911. if you want to know about in Nebraska area, we have a 511 area. 511. 811 is actually a place for utilities. And 511 is for road conditions. And then let's do something funny. 0, 0, 9, 8, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, and 54. Just joking. Just joking. But let's play with this phone now. Let's give this phone some attention. Oh, it's flashing. Just joking. 3, 4. That's the channel on Cox Cable Systems to get to Nickelodeon. It's 34. Or like back in the old day, we call it 3-4, and we still call it kind of 3-4. Or 51 for Cartoon Network. Yep. But Cartoon Network is basically dead, except for the Amazing Gumball returned, which that's cool, but it's a new name. To my favorite station. I guess A4. That's The Simpsons are usually on A4 or A7. I think it's A7 actually. A7. 8-7, haha. Can make a joke up. But this video is just gonna be a long one. Long by with these phones, just messing around with them. I know it's longer, but we want to play with them more often. I definitely want to play with them. So let's do a live stream. So stay tuned for the live stream. Anyways, goodbye for right now.